Okay, so go to tableau.com. And then navigate to, from the products drop down, navigate to Tableau desktop. Yeah, once you're in, just click on start free trial. When you start the free trial and download, you take it into speed or not speed. Yeah, and then you might have to confirm your email address. Oh yeah, email. What about the you cannot your name, your email, organization, don't matter. Company side, you can just company side, there's about finish up. Organization, Facebook, you know, and then you start. Yes. My last a lot of them okay. Nice. Okay, everybody has that, no? Yeah. That's the spirit. You like it?
No, that's okay.
ما كيفك؟
Yes. Does anyone need help installing Tableau? Okay.
Okay.
So once you have Tableau installed, please open up the desktop version.
Okay. Was your slides? مرحبا.
No, hands on.
كلها hands on? Okay. So let me do some introductions.
Yeah.
So anybody heard of Tableau before this workshop? وسمع برنامج Tableau? Huh? Yes? No? Okay, one. I have 1, 2. Okay. واحدة سألتني ليش مو اكسل؟ اكسل احسن يسوي كل شيء، ها؟ What did I tell her? Tableau is Excel on steroids and much better. If you do something pivot table وما ادري شنو نص ساعة وهذا واخر شيء تدزينه بايميل حق فلان ويصير دد بس يتغير ما يبين هناك، تابلو يحل لها مشاكل. البيفت تيبل والعفسه اللي تصير هذه تصير ب1 click here. All the filters happen quicker. You can publish your dashboard. People see it online. If you change something, automatically update it. Tableau is the best database tool worldwide rating right now. 3 times, 4 years in a row, it's always rated the top. So anytime you're trying to do charts, you want to choose Tableau. Anyway, so I'm not doing this lecture, I'm just doing the sales for Tableau. I'm not kidding, I work at Health Bank with Tableau.
Yeah.
Mariam Bazzi, she's our data scientist and basically Tableau expert for Gulf Bank. She joined Gulf Bank about 2 years. Oh, sorry, 1 year.
Yeah.
She joined the data family top.
Yes.
So she was part of that. Yeah, you remember? If you remember Mariam, so they were in the Python track. And she works a lot of dashboards in the National Bank. Mariam and Hannah business analytics, and she originally studied computer science. Myself, Mariam Wayaj, I'm working also in Gulf Bank. I'm the Chief Data Innovation Officer, and I'll be helping Mariam. Aus ولطيفة وين؟ Aus لطيفة وين؟ لطيفة. They're also staff معنا the data team, and they're helping people. They also work on some of the tracks and they know the questions كلهم. Okay? So allow me to help you. أيمن علامنا, he is working with شركة اسمها EMP. The local Tableau vendor بالكويت. So he's a certified Tableau developer من شركة وكيل Tableau بالكويت. موجود معنا الحين وراح يكون موجود بالداتا كله يساعدكم. Any questions? Mariam, the floor is yours.
Oh, good. Okay, so once you have Tableau installed, please open up the desktop version. And then go to the Save Data Sources at the bottom and choose the Sample Superstore data source. Okay, so let me just introduce you to the interface. So this is the data pane and tells you here which data source you're connected to. These are the tables that you have in this data set. So we have an orders table with customer name, location, order date. We also have a people's data set with the name of the regional manager. and the third data set with the returns. So basically this data set is for a store, and it basically tells you a lot of information on the orders, purchases, sales, profits, and so on. So if you click on the data source tab in the bottom left corner, it basically shows you the tables that are in the data set. So here we have an orders table connected to a people's table. The people's table contains the names of the regional managers, and then the orders table is also connected to the returns data set. The returns data set basically tells you if a data set, if an order was returned or not. And then if you click on the link here, it would basically tell you what type of relationship this is and what kind of, on which join clauses were these tables joined on. So you can see here that the orders table was joined on regions and people from regions as well. So these two are basically the common columns between two. Any questions? Okay. So this part here is basically where the filters go. And then here's the marks column. Basically here where you're going to edit your colors, details, text, size of the charts, and things like that. These are your columns and rows. I don't know if you can tell difference, but you can see here, these fields are basically in blue, and these are dimensions. Dimensions are basically qualities. And the bottom here are green, and these are, they're called measures, and these are basically quantities. You can see the data type here. So this is a string. This is a hierarchy. So if I open it up and it's a geographical location.
I didn't find it. Superstore. Oh, did you connect it?
Yeah.
Okay. كلكم connected to the superstore data set. Do you see the data set? في أحد ما عنده مو connected? Okay. واحد يسأل. Still downloading.
Okay.
Yeah, عادي ما يخالف. So they can follow along, but as long as they're connected.
Okay. Okay. Order date basically is a data type. And then you can see here, order is basically a string. These here are measures, and these are all quantities. So they're either a decimal, integer, float. Okay, all good. So we'll start first by building our first chart. We'll drag the sales column, sales measure here to the columns. And region, if you expand location, you'll find region here. Drag it to the rows. So this chart basically tells you the total sales by the region. So you can see if you sort it here, you can sort it in ascending or descending order. So it tells you basically that the Western region has the highest total sales. So if we want the chart to look nicer, we can also drag the region to the colors mark here. So now a colored it colored our bars by the region. If you want to also add more details to your chart, you can drag the sales to the label, and this will basically label each bar. So it will tell you the total sales for each region.
You can change the resolution like 800 by 600. But then the title will be bigger. It's small, you want to change. Yeah, to change. And then you can't enlarge this, but if you change in the PC resolution, like sorry,
Now, why is it shuffled? And put it on high.
I'll try and
resolution here.
Maybe you have to stop sharing and reshare.
You want to share it? Yes, stop and reshare again. And sorry, online, we're just trying to figure out the resolution. Students and password joincoded.com.
this is the highest.
This is the highest?
Yeah.
Yes, I go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then share your screen again. I push this. Okay, come on. I missed the part of naming the methodological fund. Is it mandatory? Well, no, it's not mandatory. You don't have to repeat the registration. You're okay with putting any organization.
Okay, so let's get back to order. Everybody has this. So now we're gonna try with something like this, right?
Okay.
Region, sum for sales.
Yeah,
I always try to read the first columns before I pick the markets, like.
Yes.
So I have to do it first.
yeah.
Always start with column and row, then do your filters.
Yeah. So if you click here, you on the top right corner, you can see a Show Me tab. Basically, this will show you what other type of charts you can build with these two variables. So basically say here, I want to look at a pie chart. I want to look at the distribution of sales by the region. I'll change the view to an entire view. So now the chart takes up the whole space, and you can see that the chart basically divides each sector of the chart is this total sales of the region.
What's the question you want to say? Cilantro?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's build that. Check these seems odd. Alone and salad.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now let's look at the average sales over time. So basically, we'll drag the order date to the columns, and then drill down to the month.
You drill down, you just put the plus sign, يعني
Yeah.
So automatically it drills down because it recognizes the date.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
Now,
Go to order date, drag it to the columns shelf, and then click on the little plus icon to drill down. So basically this would take you from year to quarter and then to the month. And then we're also looking at the sales over time. So I'll drag the sales measure here and drag it to the rows. Yeah, and then I'll throw out the quarter. Basically just click on it and just remove it from your column shelf. Okay, so now let's label our line chart to see more details. So I'll drag the sales to the label. And now you can see the total sales for each month. So if I hover over, I can see for January, it was 96,000. And then the highest was 352,000 in November. So now say, okay. So we were here.
Yes.
Okay, so now just throw it out. Throw quarter.
Pull the quarter up, pull the year up, and just keep the month.
And let's label the line chart again. Here. All good? Say we want to look at the average sales instead of the total sales. So you just click on the little arrow here and then navigate down to measure and go to average. Is everyone okay getting to the average of sales? Does anyone need any help? All good? Okay, so now to also change your labels, basically change the sales to an average as well. So now you have the average sales per month.
Okay, let's keep it down so you can be familiar. Okay, now we're gonna do one more chart.
Yeah,
So do you want to do the map?
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna ask you to do the average profit in the US. So we're only looking United States and we're gonna look at different states. بس بالماضي bar chart ولا شيء أبيع خلينا on the map. So let's do by map. What do you think we'll use? If I'm looking at profit, which metric are we using?
For sure, we will use profit.
Profit, ممتاز وين حطها؟
Okay.
So we're gonna use profit and then
Then we will choose state.
exactly.
Why would you choose states? Do you know what,
She said, we want.
but do you know what countries are in the data source? Okay, so,
We'll stay
Okay.
keep our on. And then we can always.
okay, let's see. Not necessarily. Okay, so I'll go back and let's look at the country.
Let's look at the country, let's see what kind of countries are in it. There's something here, we're looking countries.
Yeah.
Canada was there. So not in Canada, don't leave. That's how we're
Basically, you drag your countries to the filter.
Yep. The filter box, two countries with filter box. Because I'm gonna filter out one country or keep only one country.
So
You following? Okay. And now I'm gonna show you the countries. To fill this up out.
okay, I'll go over it again. So to filter your countries, drag country region to the filters and then keep United States. And then click on apply. So now we have United States. I'll drag the profit to the text.
It's the country region.
Yeah.
Now, so profit.
Add it to the text label on the marks card. Yeah.
Profit. And then what? On the text, you click on it.
Yeah, on the text, it's marked.
Yeah, so click on the text and put your own label, like average profit to the US. Yeah, we can't, it's not really having been done. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And now we wanna do the math. يسوي الماث قبل فايز يعني.
يلا.
Online, sorry, هذا ما شو. Okay.
So how do you create unexpected average?
So let's see online. So online, when you drag to the state. See. I don't see anybody.
No, no.
Okay, come on. So now how do we add the state? بعد ما سويتي. Okay, عشان هذول متابعين معي. Now if you when you go to show me, now follow عشان تشوفون whoever did not get to the state level, follow the screen.
So basically, after after adding your countries to the rows and adding the profit to the text label, you just go to the Show Me tab and select the map.
Now finish me stuff. Okay, and this is like what message?
Yeah, both are map.
Now I want to break it by state. How do you break it by state in the game? Oh, here.
State, the development, right?
State to the filter.
No,
Not that.
we're not filtering.
State. I mean, state is a measure. So I want to measure by state. So
Sorry.
State to the development.
Look at your location hierarchy and look at how it's organized. So it's a country, then province, and then states.
So state. To state.
So you basically drag this
Yeah.
to the detail.
Yeah, I don't think this, because I'm gonna do it. So.
And since we're looking at the average profit, it should be the average. And if you click here, double click, change the title, give your chart a proper title.
So we'll say to the detail.
Say I want to add more details to my chart. Say I want to add, I want to see how, I want to see the labels. I want to see the actual numbers on my chart. I will drag the profit to the label and make sure you're using the average. You can also customize your colors.
Oh, how did you do that?
Okay.
So you took the profit, you dropped it onto the label.
I dragged profit
Profits
label,
and I'm gonna see the profit on each state.
but make sure you're changing it to an average since we're looking at the average.
So let me the average.
And then change it to an average. Okay. Say you want to customize your colors. Look at the legend here. Click on edit color. And then you can choose the color palette that you like. Say I want a red, blue diverging color. Choose the number of colors that you want. Say I want 3 colors. Apply your changes, and now the map will change. So if you hover over your states, you can see more details. This is called the tooltip. Tooltip, yeah. And you can see it here in your marks card. There's a tooltip here. Okay. You can edit your colors here. Say, I want my average to be in blue. Select OK. And now you can see that when I hover over my states, the number is in blue. Okay. 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 Anyone has any issue with those cards? Okay, let's create another chart looking at the sales and profit by category and subcategory. So I'll add a new worksheet here, and you can see on the side that we have sales and profit. We also have the where's category? So if you expand product, you'll see category, subcategory, manufacturer, and product name. So I want to look at the total sales and profit by category and subcategory. So how do you think that would, so what do you think the steps are? What should I do? Okay. Sales to the rows. Okay. Nice. But I also want to look at the profits. So I'll drag profit to the colors. No. So basically now we're looking at the category, sub and subcategory. We're looking at the total sales for each category. Okay. So here we're basically coloring each category by the profit. So I want to sort my chart in descending order. So I'm looking at the sales. Okay.
I'm gonna go with one thing I not to speak but دائما راح تشوفون هني اللي عليها كذي هاشتاج هذول ارقام هذول results numbers we call them metrics الاشياء اللي فوق A B C chart هذا شنو dates these are dimensions or what they call measures
Yeah, measures.
sorry measures are here
Yes.
dimensions so the dimensions هي properties of
Quality, yeah.
the qualities of business the مثلا age range مثلا ممكن يكون the city state product number product name all are going to be on top anything measures metrics اللي يشوفون تحت اللي هم numbers
It's basically numbers, anything that you can measure.
فيوجوالي لما احنا نحط مثلا نعرف دائما نخلط الاثنين مستحيل يصير كله I'm looking at age كذا by what by sales by average by loss and so on so right now اللي need وهذا لان الداتا سيت مال المحل يبيع اشياء اونلاين سوبر ستور ففي category of the product و sub category we're trying to look at sales right
Yeah, sales colored and we're coloring it by profit.
yeah so we're looking at category of furniture versus office supplies versus technology ونقسمهم حسب نوع البرودكتس
Yes.
so you're trying to help the I don't know sales see how much sales they made with each product
So out of these categories, which do you think has the highest total sale? Sales, yeah, phones, chain. Which have the lowest profit?
How you indicate that?
They go. Low number of people, but we're coloring by. Anything that's already.
Okay. So you want to switch your axes and look at it in horizontal. You basically click on this. You're switching the axis. Okay, let's create. Anyone has any issues with this?
I have a question. Can I change it to be, let's say the profit, to ensure that in the same half, was not control less. So let's say the choose, we have a full half. Not the profit, it's not the
Okay. Open up another worksheet. And now let's look at calculations.
oh we're going to make calculations right now right from this side but this is not how the data wants to be calculations much farther stuff. So this is
Okay.
calculation.
So now let's calculate the average profit rate. So to do a calculation, click on this little arrow over here. And then create calculated field.
Okay. No, we didn't have any issues there.
Okay. Let's name the calculation. Let's call it average profit rate. And then add the calculation. So how do you think profit rate is calculated? What is profit rate? Yeah, but how do you do it? Just profit, or is it total profit divided by total sales? Yeah. So it's profit rate is basically the profit divided by the sales. So let's do the sum of profit and then divide by the sum of sales. All good? Okay. Apply your calculation, and now you can see that your calculations are here at the bottom. It's the sum of profit divided by the sum of sales.
So divide the sum of profit per sum of sales, you get the average.
Your calculations will show here at the bottom. You can see a little equal sign and the little hashtag next to each other. Yeah.
But that's what one.
Okay. Say I want to look at the average profit rate for each segment. Okay, so how do you think I can visualize the average profit rate for each segment?
So average per segment, yeah, let's show us. How to average rate on a segment, what do you calculate it? One C by one segment. Yeah. How do you color each segment? Differentiate.
Okay, so to create this chart, I'll drag the segment to the rows, and then I'll add our calculated field to the text. And then go to the show me your calculated field, the one that we just created. Yes. And then go to the Show Me tab and select a bar chart, or you can select a tree map. But I'll go with the bar chart here. So basically Show Me, and then select the type of chart that you want to visualize.
Let's say,
Basically, have to know what or what you want to see. Basically, to answer your question. So here I was trying to find the average rate for those studies. I think something like the pie chart.
Okay. Say I want to color my chart by the segment. So I add the segments to the color. And the average profit rate that we just calculated to the text. And let's sort it in descending order. Okay. Okay. Say you want to format a number. We added the average profit rate to our chart. So I want to have it just to 2 decimal places. So we go to our label that we just added, format. And then select the field that we're trying to format. Formatting the number, having our numbers just to 2 decimal places. Yes. So let's say we want to have numbers custom, and then select the number of decimal places.
Thank you.
Okay, so we were here. We go to our text label, the average profit rate, click on it, format. You see here the field, select the field that we're trying to change. It's the calculated field that we just created. Go to numbers, because we're trying to format the number. Okay, and then basically numbers custom, and then select the number of decimal places that you want. We're trying to format our numbers to 2 decimal places. So if I change it here, you can, yeah. So this was our chart. These are the numbers that we're trying to format to 2 decimal places. We go to the text label that we just added here, the average profit rate, click on it, go to format. Once you have your in, make sure that you're selecting the right field to format. So we're trying to format our average profit rate, and then navigate to numbers, and then numbers custom. And then select the number of decimal places that you want to show. We want our numbers to show to 2 decimal places. Okay. Which one? Okay. Eh. Okay, this is if you have basically a table, you're totaling up the columns and then you have grand totals. That's where you go into format it, but it doesn't necessarily apply to this chart. Let's bring everything together in a dashboard. So hover here over to the new dashboard. It's the icon next to the creating a new worksheet. It's the one in the middle. So I'll click on it and create a new dashboard. So this is how your dashboard will look like in the beginning. So select the sizing that you want. I'll go with an automatic sizing, which basically takes up the whole screen that you're using, and it will automatically adjust to any screen size that you use. Okay. Let's drag the sheets that we created to the dashboard. And then I'll add the next sheet next to it here.
Oh, we're gonna need a dashboard now. Nice. You're bringing all of the five sheets on one?
Okay. Let's make sure that our charts are taking up the whole space. So if you click on this little icon and then go to fit entire view. Say I want this chart to take up the whole space, the whole bottom quarter here. So I'll click on this little arrow showing more options and then fit entire view. These are basically your legends here. So I want to take them out. And I'll keep this one here. Let's add a title to our dashboard, and I'll add it to the top here. Let's call it Sales Overview in the US. You see here the text object in the bottom. Yeah, here. Okay, just drag it to wherever you want to place it on the dashboard. I'll adjust the sizing. Okay. Okay. So let's say now we want to add some interactivity to our dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
Use
It looks good, but the apple or the cherry on top is that interactive.
Yeah.
You send your dashboard to somebody, you can click filter, change, upload, you know, مو بس إن أطلع صورة من لا الصورة حقي لايف I can play around with it.
Okay, so you see this little funnel here, use as filter. So I'll click that for all my charts. So now, if I click on anything on my dashboard, it will filter the whole dashboard accordingly. So now say I want to filter the data based on the Western region. If I click that, the whole dashboard will change. If I click on any state here, say I select Montana, and then it will filter the whole dashboard accordingly. Okay. Yes. So basically, when we click on this use as filter, we're basically using this chart as a filter to the whole dashboard. Okay. So now let's add some filters to the dashboard. Click on the chart that we want. So let's say this line chart, go to more options and then filters. And let's say I want to add a month filter to my dashboard. So go to more options, filters, and then month of order date. We basically now have a filter here. Say I want to customize it. So I click on the little arrow here, more options, and then select the type of filter that I want. Say I want a multiple values drop down. So now I can filter my chart based on the month. Say you want to apply this filter to other worksheets, go to this little arrow here on the filters, apply to worksheet, and then select the worksheets that you want or all the worksheets related to this data source. So now if I use this filter, my whole dashboard will filter accordingly. Any questions? Sure. Okay. Say we want to add a filter. Let's use a different chart this time. Let's use a states filter. Go to the more options here and go to filters. This will basically tell you what columns you can use to filter this chart specifically. So say I want to filter by state. So we get all the states here. And remember, we filtered this chart to the US. So let's say I want to customize this filter. So I go to more options and then use a multiple values drop down. Okay. So basically now this filter will only filter this chart. Say I want to use this filter for the whole for the whole dashboard. I go to more options and then apply to worksheets. And then all the worksheets that are using this data source. Or I can select specific worksheets only. I select which worksheets I want to apply this filter to. So I'll stick to all using this data source. So now let's use this filter. Say I want to filter Arizona and then Florida. So you can see on the map, we've highlighted the 2 states that we selected, and you can see it colored them based on the average profit. You can add multiple filters here. All good? Any questions? Okay. Any questions?
Questions? Okay. Okay, I have comments. Now, this dashboard looks nice, but it's better to be. One of the keys being a good data analyst, a good business analyst, is that your dashboard looks good for the eye. I can make the same dashboard with ugly colors, nobody wants to look at it. I can make one big pie chart with small numbers I cannot read. When we judge you, when you make your dashboards, no, it has to look good, it has to be readable, it has to have the right filters. So you have to use the tool to its potential. You have to make sure in that لما اسوي داشبورد واحد يشتري يطالعها مو يطالع هو قاعد يقول وين هذا. No, لازم a good business analyst, and we want you to become a good business analyst by creating something good looking and easy to understand.
And make sure you use proper titles for your charts. Interactivity.
Of course, interactivity, proper titles, proper filters, and always a dashboard should tell a story.
Yeah.
Data always tell a story. It's your role to turn the ugly data اللي راح نعطيكم إياها باكر into a great story. We're giving you one big ugly data set, but I want to see great stuff out of this data set. Okay? Anybody who doesn't have a team yet? Okay, so when we get around the know, find team, probably two okay? We copy you from this, في بعد الشانل مع الانترفيريزيشن you can network مع الناس بالشانل to find the team. Try to form your team for tomorrow. على Discord. Any other questions? Online معنا questions? صح ولا online usually?
إيه.
Okay, good luck. We see you tomorrow at 4 for the onboarding. Bring your laptops and chargers. If you're not a charge your house, right? Good luck, everybody.
No questions. No. Okay.